What is up, Goblin Gang? It's your boy, Goblin Ringleader here, back with another spicy limited video. But first, we're going to talk about Standard today, because there was 7 recent bans, and...
Alex?
Jack?
What are you doing here?
I'm streaming on my channel, Goblin Ringleader.
Let's run with it.
All right. I was just about to talk about Standard bans. You want to talk about those?
Oh, dude, they killed the mice.
Yeah, thank God. So we've got 7 bands in Standard: Corey Steelcutter, Abuela's Awakening, Monstrous Rage, Heartfire Hero, Up the Beanstalk, Hopeless Nightmare, and This Town Ain't Big Enough. This town was in fact not big enough for that card.
Get him out of here!
All of these are welcome changes.
Yes.
I would say.
Yes,
for sure.
For those of you who've played Standard for a long time, you remember the time before This Town Ain't Big Enough, Hopeless Nightmare. It was a hopeless nightmare.
It was very irritating, yeah. To have to deal with these cards specifically. They were all like best in class for what they did. And just in general, best in slot. That's the word I was looking for, slot. So, oh boy. Yeah, I mean, I've played my fair share of these cards in formats. Have you played any of these cards?
Oh, I've played against all of them, and while we play in Goblins, there's nothing worse than when you tap out for a Cranko and then discount it before you can untap with it. It's pretty tough. Also, Hopeless Nightmare, I did not worry about until they Hopeless Nightmared with the Pixie, and then they Hopeless Nightmared with the This Town, and over the game, they deal you 8 damage with their 1-drop, and they've made you discard 4 cards. At that point, it's double Hymn to Torok.
Yeah. It was a brutal line of play, and that's ultimately why they banned Hopeless Nightmare specifically. Is it just led to not interesting interactions and just accrued too much value.
Beans are chopped off at the roots, fallen down. No more Up the Beanstalk in Standard. Those of you who love to play Domain, I am so sorry. You shall no longer have.
That was me.
Those of you who play Domain in Standard shall no longer be doing the Beanstalk, and that's fine, right? Because like Standard cards nowadays have built-in card advantage on almost everything.
Yeah, but I wanted my advantage to come from a 2-mana enchantment that did nothing.
No, exactly. Maybe banning it will actually make the deck stronger because it's not held back by these old constructs like card advantage.
No. Domain is probably gone, at least in the version that we're thinking about. Overlords might still exist. I've seen it once on the ladder since, but
the Zur version.
Yeah, the Zur version. But we're losing Zur, we're losing Leyline Binding. So like most of the reason to play it, and we're losing Atraxa soon. So most of the reason, if not all the reason to play it, is gone. So I think we can pretty much call this stream the funeral for Domain, and that's fine.
Just take the flaming arrow, put it on the barge, watch it go into the sunset. In the Heartfire Hero is a perfect segue from that. The most busted mouse in the mouse package, I think it's actually Manifold Mouse, but this is the one that allows your opponent to be in a position where they can't really win the game anymore. If you have a Heartfire Hero in play and it's a 3/3 and you're at 3, if you don't have a way to exile it and it dies, you die. Like it's one of those cards where once you start to, it's a 1-drop Screaming Nemesis in some cases, and that's just not supposed to happen.
I agree. Your analogies are fine. Not exactly the analogies I would make, but they are good.
And then Monstrous Rage is also banned. That was the big one, I feel like.
You called that one. I was unsure about that, but after I watched your video on it, I was more convinced. I was convinced by your discussion about it. Just losing like the best in slot combat trick of maybe all time, potentially, will really weaken the red decks, as we've already seen on the ladder. Red is falling off a little bit and making room for other slower decks, which is exactly what they wanted with the ban of Monstrous Rage, Heartfire Hero, Corey Steelcutter. They wanted to make the slower decks more viable. Also, Hopeless Nightmare to some extent too, because
that deck was fast.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I've still been seeing that mono black discard deck with Bandit's Talent for some reason. People still think that deck is playable. And it got a game off of me today, but like,
then you beat it. Then you beat it.
Okay, like sure. I play mostly best of 1 at the moment.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, so I read through the entire list with my buddy Texas, just reading it to him while he was playing Hitman. It was very fun. The person who wrote this part of the article just like writes really funny, and I don't think they mean to.
Sure.
Because like some of these paragraphs go so hard and they don't need to.
Okay.
Let me find.
Do you want to read it out loud, or just
I just want to find you like the
snippets? Well, then let me talk about abuelos while you do that. So you can keep looking.
I found it.
Oh, do the thing.
All right. So my favorite line is just Wizards acknowledging their mistake in Corey Steelcutter. More or less so, this is the closest we'll get to an apology for this card. At this point, it's clear the tools to challenge Corey Steelcutter's dominance don't exist in the environment. For these reasons, and in the interest of metagame diversity, Corey Steelcutter is banned. It's a 2-sentence paragraph, and it hits like a freight train.
That is insane. Yeah. It's just this. It's a clean smack, and Corey Steelcutter, sit down, go over there, get out of here.
And then they were like, and now we're like, all right, so we got rid of Steelcutter. Now we have to get rid of a bunch of other stuff too, because otherwise the meta is just going to go back to what it was before Dragonstorm.
Yeah.
And they don't want that either. They want new decks to exist in the meta. And that's why they banned 2 cards out of Mice. They banned the key piece to Azorius Omniscience. They banned Beans in Domain just to like make that deck rotate sooner, which is fine.
And this town was like another card that kind of like came out of the woodwork. Nobody really expected it until like a couple weeks into the format, and then they saw, oh wait, we can target our own enchantments and hopeless. Two cards out of a deck that was even before Aether Drift, right? Like that was a prominent deck for a long time before Aether Drift came out, and so they want to ban almost all of the huge like of the meta, right, decks, so that maybe like other brews can come out. And I think that when you have so many different cool cards like in Final Fantasy and Aether Drift and Tarkir, maybe we see a 5-color Dragons deck now, right? Like
maybe
you can do anything now that we have like Starting Town, and brewing is one of the best parts about playing Standard. And when there's a deck that punishes the brewing, it's good that Wizards was proactive in trying to prevent that.
Yes, I agree. I think that despite a lot of people's grievances with ban announcements in general, I think that more bans are generally good for a format. Too many bans become a problem, but in this case, I feel like they hit the sweet spot. They also discussed, they didn't really allude to it too much, but they did discuss that they were looking at Stormchaser's talent for this ban announcement.
Yeah.
And ultimately decided on this town ain't big enough simply because you can loop those 2 cards.
It's ridiculous.
And that's very oppressive in the late game out of the Pixie decks that are playing blue. And just the blue decks in general that are playing both of those cards. Yeah.
And I honestly want to talk about Omniscience real quick, because that's a deck that I'm a combo player. I love combos, but a turn for a blue-white deck that is able to play a control strategy to stop the best deck of the format, which is mono red, or depending on like what splashes you think, but like and is it as well, like being able to play 4 temporary lockdown down in the main, counter magic, a bunch of removal, and then cantrips that put cards in the graveyard. Being able to have a bunch of different ways to consistently stop your opponent from dealing you damage, and then end the game on the spot with an enchantment, which is statistically one of the harder permanents to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
The deck was super resilient. If you tried to kill the Omniscience that they made as a 1/1, they could first have a second Omniscience in hand. So when they have the 1/1 and play, the first spell they put on the stack is another Omniscience, or they could just free cast counter magic to stop your removal on the Omniscience.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're tapped out, they literally win the game with Meringue River Region and pretty much anything. So I think getting rid of it's super important for the format, because if the aggressive decks aren't able to pressure Omniscience, then it becomes the de facto best deck.
Yes. Omniscience is still around.
Yeah.
And you can still do the thing. It is now in Bant Una.
Which is super cool.
Which is a good place for it. Bant Una being the worst version of the Una decks. Absent is better.
Yeah.
Because it just is more threat dense.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about like trying to do something that half of the time just won't work. But it's nice to see that it goes from the de facto best deck to maybe a tier 2, tier 3 deck.
Yeah, exactly. It's yeah. I mean, in the case of Omniscience, blue-white Omniscience, that deck is dead.
I saw somebody playing blue-white control with Omniscience in their deck, and it felt very bad to see because they were just trying to hard cast it.
Yeah, that's a terrible plan.
Yeah, so it's going to be one of those things where you can play brews now, and so I think some of the biggest winners coming as we go into Edge of Eternities are going to be like spicy brews. Like I've had a lot of success in the ladder with goblins because a lot of people are like testing and like experimenting, and historically right after bans is the best time for goblins because like we are always at the same speed. The entire format has shifted now.
Mm-hmm.
People are no longer playing temporary lockdowns as much as they used to because the best deck is no longer something that dies to temporary lockdown. You're going to be playing a bunch of mid-range piles. And when you're just trying to have a bunch of mid-range wars, the red aggressive deck that we raced mice actually at the NRG, I went 50-50 with all of my mice matchups. I won 2 games and lost 2 games against them. So I'm literally 50-50 against the old school mice.
Okay.
Which is crazy because they were doing Monstrous Rage Manifold Mouse things, and I was going play Howl Squad Heavy, play Krenko with a Lord on 2, like attack for 8 on turn 4. Like I was able to have blockers. Torch and Suplex did the Lord's work. Like in the early game, you slow them down just enough, and then you have Howl Squad Heavy and a Krenko giving you enough blockers to not die to a double striking Trampler. And then the crackback, because you just pass, is insane. If you get to tap Krenko a second time, the game just ends. So
yeah,
so our deck raced old school mice before the bans, and now we're in a position where people are now taking out their red hate because red is supposed to be not a good deck anymore. So we're in an amazing spot right now.
But they're missing the goblins. That's the problem.
Yeah.
While not a lot of people are playing it, it might unfortunately be the de facto best aggro deck at the moment.
It's kind of
might be.
We'll see. We'll see.
Exactly.
But I think that and this is like part of my point. If the format is able to be in a spot where goblins is the best de facto red deck or aggro deck, I think that's a good, amazing spot for the format to be in because that means that any deck statistically has a chance.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think after deleting like 4 of their top decks in the ways that they have been, or that they did with this ban, any deck is poised to take that number 1 spot, and hopefully none of them do.
Yeah.
Because that's the sign of a healthiest metagame is that no one deck is at the top.
Yeah. They balance each other.
People are talking about Dimir Tempo returning. I don't know if that's even going to happen, to be honest.
Rotation's right around the corner, and I think that's going to be the real time to look at the meta because right now it's just going to be people who are playing the decks that they have the cards of before they lose them.
Yeah. Especially losing Temporary Lockdown in rotation and Shieldred. Those are like the biggest 2 I can think of in cut down.
Yeah, definitely.
They probably have to print like a 1-mana black answer for something at some point, or is this figure still in the format?
I think Foundations has it.
Okay, then I guess never mind that point I had.
But still, like it's really interesting to see where things are going to go, and I think Wizards did a great. Like usually when there's bans, we just yell at them, and I think for Standard, ominous foreshadowing, for Standard they did a great job hitting all the nails in the head that they needed to about the format and what needs to happen in order to have a productive and healthy play pattern for the community. In Standard, they want to promote this stuff.
Yes.
In Legacy,
speaking of a potentially unhealthy metagame, we could talk about Oops All Spells in Legacy, which is a format Jack and I both play. Not nearly as competitively as Standard, at least for me.
Definitely.
This article, talking with like real entrenched Legacy players a lot that I have been, is like a slap in the face to the Legacy community. Talking about how Oops All Spells is a very intensive or a very hard to pilot deck, which it is not.
No.
And the fact that people are talking about Entomb going potentially because like Reanimator is still the best deck in Legacy even after the bans, and not having Entomb would open up the format. But people really want this deck to go away. It's just annoying, and I don't blame them. because you have to be playing Force of Will to beat this deck, and not every deck is, obviously.
Yeah, let me paint you a picture. You're playing Legacy. You've paid however much money to get into the tournament, and you have your favorite deck, but you don't play blue. Let's say you do the coolest white thing in the world. You're the fastest red deck. You're playing green. You're going crazy. You got black. You're going to be doing like combo shenanigans in black, right? Maybe you're also playing Oops All Spells. You're playing against your opponent, and they go, turn 1, kill you. You haven't played a land. You didn't get to draw because you're on the draw. You immediately lose because you don't have instant speed interaction. This deck can't even stop the mirror because it doesn't play Force of Will. So you're sitting there on the draw, playing the fastest deck in the format, and they turn 1 you. Then you get to be on the play, and then you turn 1 them. But they won the die roll, so they literally just win.
Mm-hmm.
This is the format, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine you're playing, mono red land destruction. Prison is a better archetype.
Prison is the correct name
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. So you're playing Prison, right? You have the most busted hand in the world, but it doesn't matter because your opponent turn 1'd you. Turn 1ing people is something that should be a thing that happens in Legacy, but I don't think any format should ever have a consistent turn 1 deck. And this deck, if it ever does go first, can even play through Force of Will by having a Cabal Therapy. They can literally therapy out your Force of Wills before they cast their Dread Return, and then you can just still win. So it plays through all of the natural checks that are in the format. There's no other deck that can have a turn to play a hate piece, because if you're on the play, you always win. Jared says, that isn't just Jack. This isn't just Jack. Smack my fucking head. We love you, Jared.
That was the bait. It's called clickbait. Get with the times. As for what they ban out of this deck, probably Oracle, right?
I would look for Dread Return. I mean, Thoracle's healthier because it hits more of the format. But if you're trying to just stop your opponent from being able to win turn 1, getting the Thassa's Oracle in play is the Dread Return stops any win con, right? It could be Labman, it could be literally anything. You can ban Thassa's. I think there's just as much of it. No, you're right. They should ban Thassa's. It's just busted in every format. It's the win conning CDH.
Or does that hit Doomsday too hard as well?
I mean, you can hit Doomsday as well because they also win with Thassa's. Jared says, to be honest, this deck isn't broken, it's just unfun. And Legacy is vibes based. If you want to ban something, it's probably either Dread Return or Undercity. And it's why? Totally fair. Okay, so that's a good point, Jared.
Yeah, I mean,
instinctually, I want to say Dread Return because every deck that's built to do the same thing is doing the same thing. But you're right. The way they're winning with that is the Thassa.
Yeah, and obviously it's fine to ban cards not on power level, but on play patterns, and they've done that plenty of times. And the next card we're going to talk about is a card that could be banned in August again, and depending on how the next big event goes, probably should be rebanned. And that is
Lightning Bolt. Let's go with your thing.
High Tide in Pauper.
That makes a lot more sense.
High Tide in Pauper, the deck is non-deterministic. It's a non-deterministic combo deck.
Which, explain to those at home who have never played against a non-deterministic combo, what does that feel like?
It's just you sit there for 20 minutes while your opponent jerks off.
And then they whiff.
And then sometimes they can just lose. It's the reason Second Sunrise got banned in Modern. It's the reason KCI got banned in Modern. And they took High Tide off the ban list temporarily to try it in Pauper, and then they are revisiting it in August. Currently, a lot of people in the community that I've talked to feel that the play pattern to High Tide is not problematic for win percentage, because the data so far suggests it is not. But from a tournament running standpoint, High Tide is an issue. And cards like Second Sunrise and KCI have been banned, not necessarily because of power level, but because of the time they take for tournaments. If your rounds are running 20 minutes over every time, there's an issue there and you need to examine it. And High Tide could end up being that issue again. Gavin Verhey, who is in charge of the Pauper at Wizards, has said that they are going to revisit this card in August, and they will let us know if it is here to stay or if it is gone for good. And they will never unban it again, is what he said.
And I really like that philosophy of bans, as like in a format where price is not as much of an issue. You're able to unban something, let people go crazy, experiment. Once they've experimented and they found, actually, this card's not fun, then you ban it again. And then it kind of shows, okay, well, like, we're going to be willing to let you guys have fun with like crazy busted bullshit. Just be prepared. We might pull stuff.
Yes.
Like, it might not be there forever. And I think that's a really cool way to look at a format that's much cheaper. If you were to do that, of course, with Legacy and Modern, there'd be big issues. But I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Thanks, Tim.
What's up, Tim? Appreciate you dropping in.
Yeah, so like I said, High Tide's win rate is not an issue. It's fine. It's hovering at about 50% right now.
Sure.
The data they're going to use to determine whether or not they actually take action or just remove High Tide from their watch list at all in August is Eternal Weekend in Europe. That's coming up soon.
And I'm excited.
And there's a lot of Pauper that's going to be played there, so they're watching that closely. They're going to see how the tournament goes. They're not just, like I said, they're not just looking at the deck's win percentage, because that is not the issue here. The deck is fine that way. It is how much extra time does it add to tournaments.
It is not.
And as a judge, I appreciate this approach to bans because it makes our job a lot easier.
Definitely.
So they've also said that, I mentioned something about August, but you may know, for those of you more entrenched, that the next ban announcement isn't until November.
Yeah.
They're making an exception for Pauper. They are going to announce something in August. They've already said that there's going to be a mini BNR in August for just the Pauper format. No other formats will be receiving any changes at that time. It will just be Pauper, and they will decide the fate of High Tide at that time.
And at that time, the tides may be parted and smacked out of the format.
And hopefully that's what happens, to be honest.
Get it out of here.
We could talk about Alchemy, but I don't think anybody cares.
I don't think it's a real format.
No, well, I can.
Damn it.
But it's not a real format. They just got rid of Corey Steelcutter, which is great.
Get it out of here. I don't mind Corey Steelcutter, but the thing is, I'm okay with playing through pretty much anything. I listen to my friends, though. When all start complaining about the same card, that's how you know it's an issue.
Yeah.
If like one of your friends or two of your friends is complaining about something, sometimes that's just a bad matchup. They have a really bad beat story.
Yeah.
If everybody's saying the same thing consistently, that's the consensus of the Magic community, and there should be changes.
Yes. Yeah, so that's basically all I have to say about bans. Do we want to move on to our next topic?
Yeah. Jumping into some limited. What would you like to do, Alex? I'm gonna give you the option. We could play Arena Limited, or we could go on to mtgo and see if there's Vintage Cube right now.
We could definitely check mtgo for Vintage Cube. That's fine with me.
Let's switch seats real quick.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. This is your channel, after all. I was only co-opting it.
We are
for a good bit.
We are one with the same. Well, if you look, can we share your? Oh, if you
okay, I can talk about it while you're looking up mtgo. So Alchemy is a really interesting format because they can rebalance cards, but they make also a lot of fake cards. Right now, what I play is Grixis Heist, and the last changes they made to Alchemy was increasing the mana cost on a couple cards, and that really actually did help the format. They made Ribald Shanty a 2-mana spell instead of a 1-mana spell, which was, while hurt my deck, was correct to do so. And oh, it is up.
Hell yeah.
Huh. All right, I guess we're doing that then. But we have some Final Fantasy facts we can open first. We can talk about those.
Beautiful.
Briefly. And then
Loading.
yeah, so but the Is It Prowess deck was a huge issue in Alchemy and just had an ungodly win rate against everything else in the meta. And it was on the back of Corey Steelcutter alone. Every other card in that deck is fine to deal with. It's just the Steelcutter was tricky. So yeah, they have said that they will be rebalancing it and then unbanning it once they've done so. It is only temporarily banned.
VV's in the cube?
Well, yeah, it's the front card right now.
That's crazy.
Well, VV's probably really good, is my guess.
Pack one, pick one, VV overpower?
No, probably not that good, but
do your thing.
Pretty darn close. I'd probably take VV very highly. is my guess.
And then you get to crack the packs. Just I guess I'll stop streaming the picture for 1 second. Tab. This, just the camera. And
Yeah. So we got 2 packs here. Final Fantasy was a really fun set. I've never played a game of Final Fantasy. I don't care about the games, but I really enjoyed playing the set. There we go. That's the word for it. My gosh. Oh, sick. It's a Ruinous Ultimatum for some reason.
That's awesome.
All right. But the Final Fantasy bonus sheet is a fucking weird choice they made where it's like 75 cards or whatever. So I'm not really sure why they did that, but it does add a lot of interesting points to limited. I'm just trying to find like interesting cards we've got here. So our rare out of this pack is Tella. He's a oh god, you can't even see that. He's a blue-red legend.
Hold it up a little higher and then tilt it down so that the light. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. He does the stuff with the blue-red spells and such. Do we have any? Oh, a Summon Fenrir. This card's going standard.
Card is actually crazy. We were talking about it in the Una deck.
Yeah, it's really good there because it's an enchantment that you can get back, but it also ramps you to play a turn 4 Una. This Goblin.
Goblin. That's the only Goblin in the set.
Yeah, this Goblin sucks.
It's a 1/4. It's so good against the aggressive decks.
And then there's like a Suplex and a Dragon's Wyvern. It's probably supposed to just be Suplex, to be honest, but you could make a case for Summon Fenrir. There's also Gladiolus, but I don't think you're supposed to take that over a monocolored card. Pack 1, pick 1.
No, that makes sense. You don't want to lock yourself into something early.
Yeah. Though Gladiolus is a really good card. Let's see what we got going on in here. Oh, Thunder Magic is the first card out, is really good.
That is fantastic.
Just the shock variant of the set. Combat Tutorial has a really high win rate online.
Divination with Upside is usually pretty good.
Yeah, which tells you that the format is slower than average. We have just straight up Counterspell from the bonus sheet.
Yeah, I've lost to that card in the Team Sealed event. Definitely been like, here's my win con. They're like, actually, no.
Then our rare is Memories Returning, the Fact or Fiction variant from the set.
It definitely reads good, but I don't know if it plays well.
It plays fine.
Yeah?
I've played it.
Hell yeah.
It plays fine. You want it like in blue-red, specifically, because it's 4 mana.
Yeah, that's fair. No, it makes sense. Because I feel like a lot of the games that I've looked at it, right, like I draft it and then I'm dying and I need something to interact with the board and then I draw it in. I just die anyways.
Yeah.
But that's any cantrip when you're trying to use your mana efficiently.
Yeah, so you could like take Counterspell or whatever, or Combat Tutorial. You're probably supposed to take Combat Tutorial over Counterspell, but I'd probably just land on Thunder Magic and just call it a day.
Yeah.
Picking up a variable removal spell is pretty solid.
Single pip, able to stop your opponent's craziness.
Yeah. Good early, good late.
All right.
That's the sign of a really good removal spell.
And away we go.
All right, so I haven't looked at this update list. I hear VV's in the queue, but I don't know where I heard that from.
Some man in the chat. The myth, the legend. Jared.
I've never heard of him.
Now, the coolest thing I think about like queuing online is you don't even really have to worry about like trying to get like reads from people, right? Like I don't ever have to worry about trying to figure out or waste mental energy trying to figure out what is my person sitting next to me, what is my left on my right, right? Playing online is much more about just knowing what you want to be doing and trying to pick the best cards for that deck at all times. You're not ever trying to cut somebody off colors. You're not ever trying to worry about somebody cutting you off colors.
Well, if you're good enough at drafting, you don't have to worry about that either.
That's fair.
Let's see here. How do I scroll this down? Oh, they put Soul Cauldron. Has that been in Starting Town? Makes sense.
Yeah, go to the left. Yeah.
Starting Town seems like a solid choice. So we have a couple options. We could take Vamp Tutor and try to combo something. I don't really like doing that. There's an Ancient Tomb, which is just like big mana. All in all, this is a pretty weak opener.
I agree.
We could take Liliana the Veil as probably just like a really solid card. That's really annoying. And I haven't been liking the big mana decks as much recently in Vintage Cube.
Yeah. No, I feel like whenever I play Vintage Cube now, I want to either be in black or red because I want to be as locked into being as aggressive as I can at any time. And like Vamp Tutor lets you grab your power if you have power in the future. Besides that, I think that like my top 3 for this pack would be Lily, Vamp Tutor, or the Ancient Tomb. I'm in the same boat as you.
Yeah. So I think we'll take
It is the highest upside, I agree.
Tutor and just see if we even want it. Well, there's a Twister and a Shelly.
Yeah.
And a Narset.
This is a much better pack.
Well, we take the Shelly.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is correct for us to be taking.
Yeah.
We definitely don't wield the Twister.
Nope. And well, Twister's also really good in Storm, but there's also a Seething Song in this pack. But we don't want to be on Storm this early.
I don't want to be on Storm at all.
Nah.
I just don't know how to do it.
No, that's fair. I love combo decks. It's so fun. But the issue is you have 1 or 2 less pieces, then you just don't win. Whereas if you're playing like aggressive mid-range, then a lot of times you'll just be able to push over those last points. Oh, Barrowglyph is so good.
Barrowglyph is really good. There's also Stock Up, though. And Ragavan.
Yeah, so we could be playing Dimir.
We could also be playing Black-Red.
Yeah. I mean, Ragavan's fantastic. Kind of dies to a Stiff Breeze. But, I mean, on turn 1, it's the best card I think you can play.
No, there's better cards, but...
Well, yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad. On the 1-drop slot, it's like Retrofitter Foundry, Ragavan. Like, I love a turn 1 Ragavan Cube because you can take their power.
But I think Barrowglyph is correct to select.
It's
no.
No,
I want to do the thing where we play the blue cards, Jack.
Okay, I'll make the decision. I hate blue.
No. That's a terrible choice.
One of these 2.
No. I want to play the blue cards.
But Time Twister's not going to wheel.
Yeah, but who cares?
Stock Up. Only with you. Blue is so bad.
We could take Bloodstained Mire here?
Or Sephiroth.
No. Bloodstained Mire?
I tried. Uro.
I did look at Uro, though.
Mystical Tutor can grab...
Vampiric Tutor, which can grab anything.
There we go.
This is bad lines,
This is how we play Magic.
With the worst lines possible.
The
fact that Flage and Uro are both in the same pack is kind of funny to me, but...
Okay, hear me out. We play Sultai, and we take Fixing in the future. We're going to pick up the Uro.
Uro can wheel, honestly.
Okay.
Uro isn't as good as it used to be in this cube.
Sure, that's fair.
Always pick Fixing first, kids. Unless it's like an irreplaceable card like Stock Up or Shieldred. I'm not even joking. I do believe Stock Up is above rate.
There's the Yogswell for combo, but we're not going to wield the Seething Song or the Time Twister.
We're also not going to play the Yogswell.
I mean, there's our if we end up Grixis with the Ragavan wheeling,
that's never going to happen.
Take the Thundering Falls. Otherwise, I'd go after the Grave Titan here.
I'm going to pick the Thundering Falls because I think that is a good call.
Sure.
Because this makes Bloodstained Mire able to fetch blue.
It's good.
Which is like not ideal, but like honestly fine.
And Grave Titan could probably wheel.
Grave Titan is like the lesser of Reanimator targets.
Well, no, I just want to cast it on curve.
Are you insane? What are we doing where we're casting a Grave Titan on curve?
Well, we're winning the game.
I think we're losing the game if that happens.
Dothy, Hymnatora.
Oh, what is this?
Esper Vagamalada.
That was pretty close. I mean, I don't know how to say it any better.
I just guessed.
Oh, is this from the Final Fantasy Commander? No wonder it's not even a real card.
I was like, I can't read it.
Oh, Hymnatora is here, though?
Oh, DRC.
Or Douthie.
Is it Deathrite Shaman's DS? I don't know what the abbreviation is. You can see either Dothy, Deathrite Shaman, or him. I like Dothy because if we find thoughts,
that's my pick. Here is Dothy
because we can attack with it, and then if one of their really good things dies, we can just cast it.
There's a Mox Diamond here.
Oh, Mox is great
because we have a 4-drop we really want to cast ahead of curve.
Yeah, we don't want it on 4. In that game, we're playing standard. Netherglyph is also really good. What's his name?
Cecil.
Cecil's also pretty good, but I think both those cards are less good than the Mox.
Mm-hmm. I think people disrespect this card a little bit too much. The downside is real, but is not that hard.
Yeah.
What is this?
And we have Tendrils. All the cool cards. Vampire Hex Mage can kill a planeswalker. Tendrils.
Why is this in the queue? Why is that? All right, I don't know what's going on anymore.
This is the pack where we pivot into green.
I mean, we could, but like, I think we just take.
Once Upon a Time is good. We don't need green mana to cast it.
I think we just take Hexmage and just stick with black. And all right, let's see what happened here.
This was the original pack, so many things are not here. Liliana's gone, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. This pack was really weak.
Yeah.
So I think we could just grab Starting Town, honestly, and just be like, all right, just acknowledge that this might be a very good card.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems good to me.
Or we can play Loot.
We cannot play Loot.
It's so close.
I hate him.
Okay, well then.
This man killed my father.
You killed my father, prepare to die. I was gonna say Shark is pretty good.
Oh, Sunken Ruins came back?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Sunken Ruins allows us to have double black regardless of what land we have on one.
Now we play green.
We could, yeah.
And then if we have it in the future, otherwise we just don't play it.
Move that to sideboard.
Because we're Grixis.
Move this to sideboard. We're not Grixis, by the way.
We're Grixis.
That's what do you call this color? This 3 colors.
It's the 4-color thing is the Nephilim of something.
Where's the red?
It's the land.
That doesn't count. That's just fetchable with Bloodstained. We talked about this.
You're right. We're actually 5 colors because it's Starting Town.
It's not how colors work.
It makes the mana. I use the mana.
Summon Bahamut being here doesn't surprise me. Undercity Sewers is really strong. Lorien Revealed is also insanely strong.
I like Lorien Revealed.
I like Lorien Revealed too, but I don't want to skip on this Undercity Sewers.
Yeah, it's in our colors and it's fetchable. I like it.
I just don't think we can afford to skip on this Undercity Sewers.
And from now on, we're looking for fetch lands in black-green or blue-black sources. Man, I love Fast Bond.
You are much more sold on this arrow than I am. Well, there's a Snores.
Yeah, let me think.
You like Snorses?
I like Sentinel of Nameless City.
Again, with the green. What are we doing?
We cannot play Treasure Cruise.
No, probably not. Not right now, at least.
Caustic Bronco's good.
Yeah, that's the Snores.
Oh.
It's a snake horse. Snores. It's an exotic animal.
Oh.
You cannot get horse insurance for this.
Thornspire Verge is good because it taps for green. And red.
Jack, that's the worst thing you've said all night. We'll just take the Caustic Bronco, and it's like, fine. Through the breach.
Crabomination.
I did see that as well, yeah.
I think I like the Thought Scour, the Sylvan Caryatid, the Bayou, or the Crabomination. It's emerged from an artifact. Fuck that. I thought it was from a creature. Dark Confidant's good, but you'll die.
Huh. Another mono red piece, huh? Anyway, Xander's Lenge.
Sure, so we are playing Grixis with green.
No, we're not playing Grixis. That's a dual land.
So Sandstorm Salvager is pretty good.
Stop talking about green. We're not playing green.
Okay, so Chandra Torch of Defiance.
Stop that.
One of my favorite cards of all time. Metamorphosis Fanatic, if we flip it into play off the top of the library, it could possibly have upside. Otherwise, it's a 2-mana 4/4.
We're far from Reanimator, but there being 2 Reanimator pieces in this pack is very interesting. Anyway, Stern Scolding, right?
I like Talisman. Let's just cast our Shelly on 3 still.
No, stop. It's completely off color for Shelly.
What? Oh, it's white blue. I thought it was black blue.
No, if it was black blue, I'd still be taking the Stern Scolding. Actually, I shouldn't fucking lie to you like that. Let's see what else is going on. Grief.
I was gonna say
Probe.
Bolas's Citadel is really good. Wastewater Wurge because it lets us
again. We're not a combo. Stop talking about the version.
Ghost Vacuum's pretty good. Canker Bloom because it's green. I like the Grief because it's a good reanimator target. Wait, but Breeding Pool taps for green.
All right, I'm gonna before you give me more of a headache. Ooh, True Name Nemesis is back.
I like all these blue cards.
Yo, Jimbo.
Yo, Jimbo, what's up? Ledger Shredder's really good in this format, I hear.
Enough for us though.
Okay. Sink is a land that also bounces something.
Yeah,
Pseudo-
it's also a land we can't discard to Mox Diamond though.
Sure. I like True Name.
Yeah, I mean it's just like a
turn-
fuck you, I win button.
Yeah, turn 2 True Name is really good. Paradoxical Outcome is pretty sweet.
Are we
Time Spiral kills our opponent.
Time Spiral.
With Shoulder.
Time Spiral.
Cast a Shoulder, win the game.
If only Leovold and Time Spiral weren't in this thing. See, this is a card to get into green for.
I told you, let's do it, Leovold.
No. We're taking the Time Spiral. We have no reason to pick up the Leovold without the Time Spiral.
Leovold, you better wheel.
I don't know if we even get a card back from that bag.
Subtlety's so good.
But there's an Overlord. Overlord, pick up Shelly, or Better Triumph.
Okay. We can also play Questing Beast because it's green. This is the
I'm about to throw up.
This is the bit for the rest of the episode.
Fucking hate you.
The green. Okay, so hear me out. Tangle Wire.
I will not hear you out at this point.
Preacher's really good. Bone Shards is tough. Can we discard a card? It's sack a creature or discard. Yeah, so I mean discarding is really easy with Bone Shards. Preacher's also very good. I mean, like we could play Pseudo Reanimator if we find like some other form of Reanimator or Reanimate.
I think I'll take Bone Shards as like a nod to the fact that we want interaction.
So we're Grixis, so we can use FOMO as a way to discard draw.
Grixis, we're just black. And we'll take the Sorin for the sideboard. We'll take this Thought Scour and like maybe we'll play it. Archon being here is very interesting to me.
Canker Bloom.
We'll put this in the sideboard because we do have enough red at this point to move this to the sideboard. We're not that deck. Move this to the sideboard because we're not that deck. We're set up to open power really nicely in this pack.
Feels really good. Black Lotus. Black Lotus.
Don't hurt your hand doing that. That looked painful.
Black Lotus. And then Rick. Nope. Lion's Eye Diamond's Black Lotus.
That's not Black Lotus. Stop that. We did get a Box Emerald, though.
That's green. We did it. We're playing green.
I'm so mad right now. No, we're taking the Mox because it's a Mox. We're not taking it because it's green.
But it lets you cast your Uro and your Leovold.
We don't have the Leovold.
Oh, damn it. Leovold, you were supposed to come back.
I'm not sure we even wield a card from that pack.
You're probably right. There's so many good green cards here. But that Fractured Sanity looks really nice.
It's blue-white. Damn. We have a Baleful Strix. That's perfect. That's what we want.
There's a Tolarian Academy in this pack.
Okay, and?
God damn it. Baleful Strix is an artifact. Echo of Eons, because we have Shieldred.
Echo's like the worst version of that effect, though. Potentially.
Fair.
How much ways do we have to discard it? Bone Shards. There's just a push.
Push is decent.
Yeah, it's like fine. Fine to good. We have one fetch land for Brainstorm. Yeah, I think I'd rather just take push here. Darkslick Shores. Oh, they put Sleep Magic in this set?
It's pretty sweet.
Sick.
Baleful Mastery could discard a card.
No. Okay.
Toxic Deluge can kill something and kill us.
I mean, Deluge is good. I think I want just another dual land because we're trying to play double black on 2,
Sure.
but also have blue on 1, and that does this perfectly.
And we'll wheel one of those 2 black cards.
Or sleep magic.
Yeah.
Which is just the blue swords to plowshares at this point.
Luris. We can't play you, but Luris. Corpse Dance.
I mean, we could play Corpse Dance. I just don't think we want to. I will take this Flame Slash for the board because we can actually play that without modifying our mana base.
Sure. Flame Slash is really good.
Uh,
As I say, Corpse Dance is decent, but we might wheel it because we can evoke Grief and then cast it and bring back the Grief, I think. Not 1000% on what Corpse Dance does again. I forget the exact wording, but I think it brings back the Grief. Ooh. Profs is really good.
Fallen Shinobi.
Fallen Shinobi is really hot.
Fallen Shinobi is really good with True Name Nemesis.
I like that a lot.
It's a really good line, actually. Animate Dead.
Yeah.
We just have like.
You can animate Dead of Fallen Shinobi turn 2. Turn 1 Bone Shards.
Yeah, so like it's like Balemark, put the Archon into the bin, hopefully reanimate it. It's like whatever.
Well, yeah, we can.
It's a super whatever plan.
Yeah.
But like Vamp Tutor puts the card on top.
Aha.
So like we can go like on turn 3, Vamp Tutor, Overlord, put the Archon into the bin. It's not good. It got better though.
Saga's. I was gonna say that's good. Saga's good because we get to grab our Mox.
Yeah, but this discards a card specifically, and now that we have Animate Dead, we're kind of looking to do that a little bit.
That is really good. Talisman's really sweet.
Kaido, just like fantastic. Full stop.
Full stop.
Kaido. At this point, we're not probably picking anything up. We'll move the Haywire Mite to the sideboard.
Cause green.
Not cause green. Stop that. I'll hurt you.
It said the green on it.
I'll make you feel sad.
The bit. I had to do the bit. The bit.
The bit made me sad.
The bit made me sad.
Should probably take a couple-minute break after we draft.
Definitely.
I'm out of water.
Definitely. Me too. That was an empty swig.
I need to go run my head into a wall.
And erase the green from your mind.
Yeah, basically.
I want you to know that if I would have picked that Ragavan and we would have been in blue-green this entire time. Or red-green. We would have been playing Gruul.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Which is just like such a worse deck than you drafted.
We can take Brainstorm because we have multiple ways to shuffle it.
It will. But prime time. And the Corpse Dance!
We're not playing the Corpse Dance.
It's Corpse Dance. The green cards.
Fellows wheeling is really weird, in my opinion.
In this. See, we would have had all.
Nobody was in big green, which is interesting. We have a couple cards to cut, but I think it's going to be pretty easy.
Oh.
We have what? So we have it's 8, 25. So we need to cut 2 cards.
Brainstorm?
It's probably not Brainstorm, actually.
Thought Scour, then.
It's probably like Caustic Bronco Thought Scour.
I like that.
Or is it Thought Scour?
Well, I mean, I guess we can Vamp Tutor, then Thought Scour, and the following turn reanimate it. Hex Mage just does nothing in this deck.
Yeah. There we go.
Chrome's Host Seed Shark
is fine. It's like a removal target. It's like a bait and switch. It's also a flyer for Fallen Shinobi.
And then the rest of this is going to be basics. Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine.
This seems good. All right, well, use the bar to move the thing out.
Perfect.
Or no, the other one. You're move it up. I guess that works too. Perfect. So while y'all oogle this beautiful deck we made, we're gonna go get some water and then wander back down here. Oh. Back. It'll blink when it's muted, so click it.
We apologize for the slightly lengthier intermission. I ended up cutting myself because I'm a big dum-dum.
You know what? Sometimes stuff happens. And that's why you have friends. Band-Aids are available.
Indeed. All right. Let's save this deck and let's go 1-2.
I'm prepared for crazy shenanigans. I'm expecting to like Archon, draw a time spiral, and then cast time spiral, and then our opponent's entire thing is they're playing graveyard, and then their whole graveyard's gone, and we have a whole hand, and then we're able to just do all the craziness. Then I'm also expecting some hands where we just do absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's gonna be most hands. That's the kind of Vintage Cube deck I like, where I don't do anything.
That is the fun of Vintage Cube, is you're doing weird and wacky stuff.
I haven't played Vintage Cube and Paper in a while.
Could we fit this Uro into the deck?
No.
Yeah.
No, we have no green fixing.
It's fair. Totally fair. Well, the starting town is it doesn't count because it could be anything.
Yeah.
There are fellows we can't cast, so that doesn't count.
And we don't want to cast it.
Yeah.
There's some fireworks going off.
Yeah. While we wait, look at this. This is the new monster manual. You seen the new one? I have all of these cool books from work. They added a bunch of new shit. It's so much thicker than it used to be.
Yeah, this is Waifu Finder 3.0, am I right?
Which angel shall you slay today?
Angel? I'm going for something a little bit more obscure than that.
Yeah, the cool thing about the updated books is they just have so much more stuff. And like it's cool to see like the new Beholder art versus like the old Beholder art and stuff. Like
behold the art, if you
behold the art, children. Show's not for children. All
right, here we are.
This hand looks great. We grab Kaido with Vamp Tutor, and then we're just playing Ninja Tribal.
We'll keep it. We're not grabbing Kaido, though. We're grabbing probably True Name, actually.
Is there a card that just draws us a bunch of cards besides Kaido? I'm trying to think of like the fastest way to like recoup the cards.
Okay, so we got...
Aha! Cecil! He wins the day.
We want to go... Vamp Tutor into True Name Nemesis. Play the Mox. Then say go. And the next turn we play True Name, and then the turn after that we fall in Shinobi them.
Hell yeah.
This should be a good line. Yeah, they just went Urza Saga and pass. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot right now. And then from here, we should just be able to use the starting town for colorless. Hidden. Okay, I didn't mess up that ability.
Yeah,
that's important.
Sometimes I click myself.
Sometimes I want to just have protection for myself.
Hey, what's up, Yor? Appreciate you. Yeah, so this is my buddy Alex. Alex and I have been playing. Alex and I have been playing Magic together since I was a kid. I was 13, 14 at the Gaming Goat in Elgin, and Alex was one of the other kids playing there. He's been playing since...
you were that young? Are you sure we were that young?
Yeah, that's when I started playing.
Okay. I joined a couple of years later, though, because I've been playing since like 16 or something.
No, you're good. Well, like RTR Gate... M13 was my first set. RTR Gate Crash, Dragon's Maze, Theros. That's like the very beginning of when I started.
And
playing.
I started after Born of the Gods.
Okay. So, like, I saw you in the store. You're like that, like, there's very few people that are still, like, playing Magic with me from that time period. And so Alex is one of the people that I've like grown up playing Magic with. And so he's a very old friend, a very good limited player, someone whose opinion I respect a lot. One of the only people that I would allow on the channel. When we do a limited segment together,
let's go.
We just get to take this.
We just get a free treasure cruise.
That's pretty good. Oh yeah, better than a guest. He's a friend. 1000%.
That was sick falling Shinobi.
That was pretty dumb. Now what are they going to do? They're going to make a construct at the end step, untap, make another construct.
That's fine.
Yeah, we don't really care.
I mean, we probably never get in with this Fallen Shinobi again. But like,
we don't really need to.
We hit a draw spell. It sucked that the other card was nothing, but like that's fine.
We took 2 cards away from them that probably are pretty good against us, right?
Stern Scolding is really good against us because that can hit True Name.
Exactly.
And then he killed.
Collapse.
That's fine. No. We got our value.
Yeah, we got a free Ancestral.
Let's see here. What is the best way to proceed here? I think we're supposed to play.
I like Cecil.
We're supposed to play True Name and Cecil here. So let's go True Name. No, tap that.
This also leaves Stern Scolding up?
Yes, it does. I knew I was doing it like that for a reason. Sometimes I don't see the reason right away, though.
You gotta trust. You gotta trust your instincts. Now, our opponent is going to lose their flip.
No, they're not. You want to flip a coin about it? They won the flip.
Damn it!
Not to be a cocky shitlord about it, but
no, it was 50-50. One of us is going to be right.
Oh man, if we had just hardcast this Archon Ponder, that's good.
Hardcast Archon's really good.
Oh, and somehow we're up on clock on them by like a couple seconds. I don't know how, because I play this game abysmally terribly. So while they're doing that, thoughts on starting town in Vintage Cube in general?
I mean, the way I look at it is it's like a city of brass. It's like a mana confluence, but having the added bonus of being able to tap for a colorless like at all times means that you don't always have to kill yourself. On top of that, the restriction is almost like not even a point of contention because you need it on turns 1, 2, and 3 a lot of the times. And so after turn 3, you have 3 mana to cast your spells. Usually having it tapped on turn 4 isn't as big as like losing the game to it. It is. Like in certain situations, you'll be at 1 and you physically cannot tap this land or you'll auto lose the game. Like that's super, super important. Being able to tap for a colorless means you don't just die.
Yeah, we'll just block with Cecil. That's fine. Trading with these is completely fine.
Stomps the face. Damage can't be prevented, so it trades with the True Name.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine. We trade.
It's fine. We cleared the board.
And now we still have Stern Scolding up for the rest of the game, and we can start playing like Dothian Collective.
Well, we can't do both on the next turn, but I don't know. Wait, we super can. What am I talking about?
No, you're good. Just so much stuff. This CEDH? No, this is
yeah. The CEDH.
Very close, very close.
That's why I put Ragavan in the bin. Did you notice that? He surveilled Ragavan away.
Really?
Yeah, he's just like, this isn't going to do me anything.
See, we didn't need it.
I mean, he's correct. Ragavan is not good.
Especially against those 2 creatures.
No, this is Vintage Cube. I don't know a thing about CEDH.
Do you think that... Interesting. I was going to say we could have taken one of the hits, flipped the Cecil, and then had a 5/6 lifelink. But I don't think that matters.
I just like clearing their board here.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though we lose the True Name, but we can get the True Name back. We'll take the 2 here.
Power. Shark's really good.
Yeah, I kind of like just playing the Shark out here.
It's a great blocker. Starts making bodies if they play stuff that we can counter.
We'll tap it like this because we're going to go Collective Brutality, Bin Archon.
You want to go drain, gain, look at their hand?
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Or, hold on, how far are we from Archon? Just hard casting it. 2 mana?
Yeah. Which is not that bad. Worst case scenario, we draw 2 lands in a row, and then we're casting Archon. If that's not happening, we're drawing spells.
Yeah, no. Let's just do it this way. Yeah.
And now we have a 2/2 and possibly potentially a 1/1 as well next turn. If we just draw Stone Cold Nothing. Take the Brooding. Pyroglyph, Seasoned Pyromancer's the hand.
And there's Goblin Rabblemaster.
Oh, Rabblemaster.
Which gets Stern Scolding.
Nice. Yeah, because it's Mana Vault. Just, is it Mana Crypt?
It's Mana Crypt, yeah.
Mana Crypt only adds colorless, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they don't have the mana for Pyroglyph right now.
No, they do. It's a 4-drop.
No, oh, I thought it was double red. Now they lose the flip. Aha! Damn it.
No, they won the flip.
Damn it.
Pyroglyph is 5/6. That really sucks for us. So it gets to kill that.
I think Barrowglyph is my favorite. This is the best glyph, I think. It's a Flame Tongue Kavu. Just so good.
Okay, so it's only on ETB.
Thank God. Now they lose the flip. Damn it! Opponent, why are you so goated with these flips? Please lose the flip.
They lost the flip.
See, we have to just tell them that they're great at this game. That's the modern. Then you see an Archon Cruelty. Yeah, so this is something called Vintage Cube, where you're able to draft vintage cards, and there's power included too, so you can have like Black Lotuses and stuff. And then it's just like a curated cube of like some of the most powerful cards of all time. What's your favorite archetype to draft overall in Vintage Cube?
Control.
It's pretty good. You know me, I love combos and crazy aggro stuff. That's why I like to have Alex on, because back in the day I used to play Mono Red, and he used to play Blue-Black Control. Scarab God Control. I remember those days very well.
That was like a mid-range deck. That wasn't real control.
It definitely had controlling aspects, right?
Well, yeah, I had interaction, if that's what you mean by control. I was playing black, of course I had interaction.
Yeah.
The best deck in the format was Mono Red. I had to interact at all points on the curve.
And like Vraska's Contempt was so good back then.
I didn't own any Vraska's Contempt, so I didn't have any there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Let's flip this here. Can't Stern Scolding this, so stock up. Here we go, baby. let's go. The card I wanted to see the most. This sucks, man. Man, what the f is this?
Can we hardcast Kaido?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the plan. Unfortunately, that's the whole plan. Wait, hold on. Can I undo that? No, it's fine. Any order. I meant to grab a basic. To hold up Stern Scolding for Rabblemaster. So actually, we're gonna have to do this slightly differently now, because I made that mistake.
Hey, no worries, York. Really appreciate you dropping in. Oh, it's always a pleasure to see you, and thank you so much for being a member. I hope you have a nice night. Go get some sleep and stay cool. My brain is not working. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a nice night, bro. It means the world to me.
So what we have to do here, Jack, is attack with this because it's got Shadow. So they can't block it. Then we get to Ninjutsu and Kaido.
Oof, and we still get to leave up Stern Scolding.
Yeah, but like I'd rather have both in play, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
So they take 3 either way.
Now we get to down tick.
Yeah, now we down tick on the Pyroglyph.
I like this.
And then we say, okay, your turn, opponent.
Chump the Bone Crusher. They lose 2 more flips and they lose the game.
Yes. Drawing stock up turned it around, even though we only got 1 real card out of it.
Because that 1 real card was Kaido, which is insane.
Kaido's very good. Duskmourn had no business being as good as it was, just like in general.
It's fair.
All right, let's see here. Do you lose the flip, opponent? They lost the flip. Okay.
This is good.
Yes. Because now they try to... Oh, they have Fury.
We don't just lose.
No, we do just lose. Probably.
Well, we take 4. We go to 2.
No, Fury can't hit us. It kills Kaido and the Phyrexian.
Oh, it hits Kaido. I forgot it could hit Planeswalkers. There's a reason this card's banned in Modern.
It's because of Scamp, not because of that it can hit Planeswalkers.
It's fair.
We were fine if all they had was
The Rabble Master.
Mm-hmm.
It's fair.
Let's see here. We still have a chance, though.
Maybe.
No, not anymore.
What do we mill?
Milled them Mana Leak and summon Brynhilder.
2 good cards.
I think I was supposed to mill myself, actually. That was dumb.
Well, what could we have gotten in the graveyard? Echo? No, we don't have
No,
Echo.
we don't have Echo. It's just like a chance that we hit a better card.
Oh, instead of the box.
That's fair. Do we have anything else we can do here? No, I think we just lose this game.
Next
All right,
one.
Next one. Yeah.
Deep breath, reset.
See, what is good against them?
Maybe we're just trying to be a reanimator.
We're not a good reanimator deck. We're just like very fair.
Sure.
This is probably fine though.
Maybe the Curiosity is a good blocker.
I'm not even sure that's true. I think we just run it back as is.
That's fair. We did have a pretty bad stock up. This hand's great.
This hand is almost playable.
What are you talking about? We can turn to Shieldred if they play a thing on 1. That's pretty good.
What do you mean?
If we have a Bone Shards target, we can pitch our Shieldred, then we can animate.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Let's play Sunken Ruins, cast Mox Diamond, pitch this island.
Target ourselves, maybe? For the Archon?
What's your name?
Yeah, I mean,
In the bin.
it's a 2-1 if we bring it back.
It's not really that great.
Not what we wanted, for sure.
No, but the Shelly should be good.
Play a creature opponent. No. Dothi on 2 is decent.
Dothi on 2 is fine. Why am I doing it this way?
No, this feels good. Much better than game 1.
I don't think this is better than game 1.
No?
No, I think our game 1 line was really sweet.
Yeah, Fallen Shinobi was really sweet. That's true.
Okay, they killed Dothi.
Cecil lives on.
What do I want to do here?
We can Cecil and Vamp.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to decide what we're vamping for.
That's pretty good.
Probably just a land of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Some flavor of land. That one.
I think if we can get an Archon into play, we probably just win this game.
I'm more interested in getting the Shieldred into play.
That's fair.
Okay, so they're holding up Mana Leak here.
So, yeah, we won shards. And they're like, Mana League. And we're like, that's fine.
All right, they just let it happen, so we're just not going to do anything else.
Smack them. It's interesting how fast you lose life with Cecil, but when you flip him, it's really easy to get it back.
Yes.
The issue is every time that I've played against a Cecil, my opponent gets a 10 life and I kill them in one attack.
That's the danger of this card.
Yeah. That's why I love it when Death Shadow's around, because Goblins in Modern is so good against Death Shadow. Because you're like, oh, you're at 10? Here's my 10 power.
For sure.
But like, yeah, also Chalice on 1 against Death Shadow is one of the most brutal things to watch ever. You're like, oh wait. Cycle.
Brazen Bar or Mox Diamond. Rude, but funny as hell. It's a play I would make. What do you got for us? Pyroglyph.
Card's so good.
It's fine. Now we get Shieldred.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a big fish. Days.
Fuck.
I can't play around Days forever. Sometimes you got to play into it.
Didn't see Days game 1 that I recall. So.
No, I didn't either. Yeah, tough breaks.
Probably means we just lose this game, and that's fine.
Yeah, this 2/4 is going to come down if we draw a land. Yeah, that's the tough part about Mox Diamond, right? If they bounce it back to your hand or something, it's more susceptible than a land. The issue is it's Moxen, so like you can also just win the game super fast with it.
Mm-hmm.
Flash on the Borrower. This is an attack for 8. So we die to a bolt. The Giants of Bone Crushing.
I mean, we're just dead here, but like
we had
blocker.
Yeah, we want to do our thing.
No, they still have the mana leak.
Well played, opponent. Well played.
Just scoop this one up and move on.
Yeah, opponent had like Pyroglyph both games, which is probably their best creature, and they had removal on curve early. They had the Brazen Borrower for basically our land. Like, it was just really well played by them. They had what they wanted when they needed it. We had some really cool stuff. Fallen Shinobi, not Screaming Nemesis. Fallen Shinobi, True Name Nemesis was really hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
that line's pretty good. Unfortunately, it wasn't good enough.
But next round it might be.
It might be. It might not be.
We could take it. We could take an Emrakul.
Well, yeah, that's like the dream, right?
Well, let's live that dream next time on Now.
All right.
Opponent is going to be drawn out of the depths. Yeah, there's so many cards that are just sitting over there. Look at the Final Fantasy stack. It's the one that is the Chocobo on top.
You got the little Chocobo.
So many things. Nice.
This kind of sucks.
If we
They
brainstorm,
have a Luris.
yeah, it's pretty good. If we brainstorm on their end step, the card we put back, we draw for turn, and then we have a Survey Land to bin the other card that we don't want. We can technically see new cards. so we don't like get locked at any point. Oh, we had the fail push, which is so hot. This hand is great. Yeah, do we not cast the Mox Diamond? We might just not need it.
Oh, we want it here.
Better than the island?
Yes, better than the island. There we go. We also do this on our turn. And put back. Put on top of library, and then put on top of library.
So we just draw and play it. This is really good. We can, even if we don't play one, we'll play Surveillance next turn.
Well, we do.
Yeah, it's fair. We need a boost source.
Green one. They have an Ocelot Pride too. I'm glad I pushed the other thing. We go Undercity Sewers.
Been
the Archon.
feels good.
Psycho Shieldred next turn.
Yeah, and then we start gaining life.
Hope they can't answer it.
We're in a really good spot.
Potentially. We could also just be in the worst spot possible.
I mean, we killed our opponent's Guided Souls, and now they have Ocelot Pride Gaia's Cradle. So we're going to see how this goes. But I feel like killing that Guided Souls is like the best possible plan for us, because now our Shieldred can block everything they play. Whereas before, ugh.
All right, they just didn't do anything. All right, let's see what happens.
Opponent, chill the hell out.
Okay, they have a Thalia.
Damn you. This card is called Shieldred the Apocalypse, and she's going to be blinked out by a cute corgi.
It's fine. They can't bling out your name, Nemesis.
There we go.
All right, all right.
That's pretty crazy. It's pretty dumb. But again, there's no Guided Souls. That's what matters.
They could keep blinking out Mox Diamond, which is funny.
That's cool.
They wanted to.
And just, yeah,
but like Shieldred's in play. They can't really afford to do that.
That's fair.
Play Thundering Falls. Take a look first.
Hell no.
Put that into our graveyard.
Can we top deck a base? I don't know. We can still double spell next turn. Best blockers in the world.
Because they have to trade their Thalia away.
Yeah.
To make a profitable attack this turn.
It's pretty good.
So, like, they get, like, one turn of Jackrabbit, and then we really wish we had the Toxic Deluge now. What's that? What's this?
It's the card you read, but yeah. I saw you looking at it when we were drafting, but I don't...
Okay, that's kind of fucked.
What does it do?
Fucks us.
Mm.
They're just a really good version of green-white tokens.
Guy's Cradle's dumb. Oh, that's pretty gross. Yeah, Jackrabbit is super overperforming. It overperforms every time I play with it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe I was supposed to block the Ocelot Pride this turn. That was probably correct, actually.
Oh my god. And they all get counters? That's insane. Is there a way that you can like kill their jackrabbit and then we make a bunch of tokens?
In combat.
Yeah. I guess we would want to take.
No, we're just dead here again.
Ocelot Pride is dumb. Wait, what? Modern Horizons 3 cards are good? What? This is a flashback to Nam. It's like, got his souls in the Ocelot Pride. Got his souls in the Ocelot Pride. 14 mana in the guy's cradle. Okay, just don't cast Crater Hoof, please, opponent. Just don't cast Crater Hoof.
All right.
Go grab like a
Karakas, okay.
because they're gonna be Karakin. That was a
This
bad
is unnecessary.
That was a bad one.
They didn't attack. They had lethal on board. They just needed to attack.
Okay. They're being nice.
They're being dumb.
Yeah.
We still don't win this game
But we don't just die right now.
for some reason. We should just be dead.
Revealed should be. Oh yes, still yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No.
Fair.
Right, their Luris deck as well.
Maybe they do have Crater Hoof and they're just looking for it.
I don't know why they don't need it here.
Yeah.
They just need to attack with everything, and then they're fine.
Yeah. They probably just clicked through combat.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There they go.
Good game, opponent. Well played. All right, let's run it back.
See what we want or need. Nothing. This deck isn't very good that we have.
It's okay. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
I don't know. I just do better drafting in paper than I do online.
No, it's
maybe that's just speaking to the caliber of player I draft with in paper, but
well, I think it's also much harder to do something coherent when each of the power levels of the cards are like notched higher, because everything seems like it works very well, even if the deck itself doesn't work together. So it's like it's very easy to be like misled by certain cards because of the power, whereas like in like lower power formats, right, you're thinking much more about like everything else opposed to like let's do one thing and the other. I fall into that trap a lot when playing Vintage Cube, where like I'm like, well, this card's so good, and then the rest of my deck is bad. You didn't do that, but the issue is you weren't given enough inherently powerful cards to compete with what your opponents are doing. If you want, we can scrap this after this next game, and we can do another draft.
No, we can play this one out.
For sure.
I'm still enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that I made a mistake. Oh, they have a library too. All right.
So this is Dredge?
No, this is the same opponent.
Oh, of course.
What are you talking about?
Of course. I knew that.
All right, cancel that. Put this into play. Brainstorm here. You got it. That's fine.
You can always go to 8 cards, opponent.
Oh, let's go. Put this on top. No, wait. Don't put it on top. Put this on top first, and then put this on top. Cast Cecil. We're just not going to cast Mox Diamond this game.
I like that.
We'll use it for Collective Brutality.
Perfect.
There's a good Collective Brutality target.
Get it out of here. Why would they do that now? Oh,
okay. Mishra's Bauble. Okay.
That makes sense. I was going to say, why? Opponent, why? They're going to see something great.
They're going to see Baleful Mastery, which is fine.
Perfect. Strike the fear into them. We'll kill your rabbit.
It exiles, actually. It doesn't kill.
We will exile the rabbit to the plane of nevermore.
Well, ruin that rabbit's entire reputation.
2 exiled. So now we look at them.
I don't know. Do we need to? No, we don't need to play it. We'll just like deal with the fact that we didn't play it. Put into graveyard.
Because we want another land.
And then we want to go cast. We want to go
hand. It's pretty good. Damn. Night's Whisper.
They're
Children.
playing black too. Why? Children's Edict is the best card they have.
Damn's double black.
Yeah, and they didn't have that in hand.
It looks like they got the really cool utility lands. Would you play Library in this deck?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Library is like a control-only card. It's very interesting that they're using it here. I mean, if you can find a spot to use it here, that's great.
Yeah.
I just prefer to use Library elsewhere.
That makes sense.
Sorin's fine. Doesn't do anything here. Let's impend this. We can pick up something, maybe.
The Archon?
We don't want to pick up the Archon. We do want to use its ability. Pick up True Name Nemesis.
That's pretty good.
It's too complicated for me to look at right now. We want to draw another black source at some point. Some point soon.
Another one. Yeah, so we just don't want them to ever get their second black source to unlock that dam, but they can kick it.
Yeah, we don't want to run the True Name into Dam, but we might have to.
Let's just play Voidwalker first, right?
If we draw second black source.
Oh, damn it, you're right. Any land lets us cast a Fallen Shinobi with Senjutsu. So that's something. But that might not be good enough. Ooh, if we get to take their rabbit and their Ocelot Pride, I'd be so happy.
We probably are just leaving both in exile, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
We'll see what we get, but the odds of us actually casting their spells are slim because of Luris.
Do we run the Shinobi into the dam?
Yes.
So then the True Name lives?
Yes, that the True Name was.
I like this.
Umezawa's Jite? Absolutely.
And no Caracas for you.
All right.
Jite on a true name. That sounds like something I've heard before. In this cube. I've lost to a Jite on a true name for definitely. Many times.
I mean, Jite is really good against them.
Okay.
Like, we're probably never getting in with this Fallen Shinobi again, and that's just like something we have to accept.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
This also means they don't have a Jite. Like, not letting them do the busted thing of put it on, any evasive creature, or like have a way to just like keep their things alive. I guess all their stuff just destroys.
What are they mapping for here, I wonder? What other utility line do they have? Yeah, be my Cradle of Growth. Okay, that's fine.
Buys Luris.
We want to eat that creature as soon as we can.
Yeah, that one's really dumb. Starting down's decent.
Yeah, it enters tap though, but we'll give them a card here because we want to equip Jite.
Yeah. Force them to chump.
I mean, they're fine with that. And it's definitely like a no-brainer block here.
But if they don't.
If they don't, they're doing something wrong. Oh, I forgot we had this out. To be completely honest with you, I just was like forgetting about it.
You play it, you forget about it, and when it comes off suspend, you're like, damn. A free 5/5 that picks up things? Now they get to play Luris.
Did they put Luris in their hand?
I think they bought it last turn. No?
No, I don't think they did. Oh, this is where they dam? Okay. Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, this is very acceptable.
These creatures we do not mind at all.
Can also put Jite on the Douthy Voidwalker. Or true name, it doesn't really matter. Either way, the effect is very similar. An unblockable creature with Jite.
Yeah, and that's the easiest way to win a game.
Ooh, but do we want to hold up Stern Scolding? I think the answer in this case is yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Cecil out. Then we're going to play True Name out.
I like this.
Then we'll just hold up Stern Scolding. And it doesn't look weird that we're holding.
Hey, what's up?
Time.
Appreciate you dropping in. Thank you so much for being here. We're playing some Vintage Cube on Buddy Alex today.
Hi, I am Buddy Alex. Allegedly.
Buddy the man. Now we have good blocks and good attacks.
Well, we get the perfect blocks.
And the perfect attacks.
Has protection from Squirrel Life. It's a fucking wild thing. All right. What do they have here? Felia?
That can't target it.
Fuck you, opponent. Eat my entire ass.
Oh, this is why we left it up. Big brain.
All right. And now we can just like
chill.
Well, we still have to fucking do the other thing because we have Jite out, and if we need to kill something. We could put Jite on Cecil and flip him next turn if we really wanted to.
Sure. And then we still have the GTA equipped to him.
Yeah. Because he doesn't exile himself, right?
No. All we get to kill
No, he just untaps and transforms. Ooh, they played an Ocelot Pride, though.
insta dies.
Yeah, that insta dies. Like the next time we have priority after it resolves.
Do you want to wait till we have a Dothy down to steal it?
No. No, I don't want to give it. Interesting. Alternatively, yes.
Because it's going to do something else. That
Well, I don't even want to steal it. I just want to remove it from them.
Yeah.
Because of Luris.
And that's the permanent. That's a permanent.
What do they get?
Shadow Spear.
Shadow Spear. Okay, that makes sense. I don't really care about Shadow Spear.
We have perfect blocks.
Well, they can trample over for 1 or however much.
Fair. 4 mana. Play the rabbit guy that can attack.
No, they're just going to put it on Sorin. That's fine. Oh, you're get losting Cecil.
Sure.
All right.
This is all acceptable to our plan.
Yeah, you can gain 1 life or 1 life, yeah. Do we double shrink Sorin here?
I think Sorin's not an issue.
I mean, he's kind of annoying.
We'll get the Ocelot Pride, and then we'll be able to just have blockers forever.
Well, we're not playing the Ocelot Pride.
Mm.
Well, this is fine regardless. Then the question is, do we shrink it?
By 1?
Well, if we're shrinking it, we're doing it twice to kill the Sorin.
Sure.
And I think the answer is, let's guess, because...
After we attack with the true name, we can kill their stuff?
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
That makes sense.
And Sorin, I don't care if they replay, like you said.
Yeah.
I'm just like removing things from the board at this point.
Making sure they don't go too wide and steal a game that way.
Yes, exactly. And then this comes off of Impend this turn as well, which is another important thing. All right, Douthie time. And we equip True Name.
We can map onto the true name.
Yeah, huh? You think?
Feels good. Thought Scour.
No, that's fine. We can just keep that there.
Guarantees another counter. This is good.
All right. Go to combat.
It was a 2-turn clock. Mad. Sorry, Cat. You're beautiful. You're wonderful, eh? I'd love you, but you gotta go.
What was that?
I don't know.
I'm very scared.
I had an idea, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. No fair. No.
What do you mean? This is completely fair.
Everything is totally fine.
Umazao Jite is not a broken card at all. It's fine.
Put it in modern. It's on my list of like the cards that could come back the easiest.
Are you high?
No, I'm completely sober.
Do you want the aggro decks to just be the only thing going on in modern?
I'll show you my tier list. I think you'll love it.
I don't think I'll agree with any of it.
Yes, I want the aggro decks to do the best thing in modern. Listen to what you just said. I would love to play aggro goblins again, please.
Opponent's just dead here.
It looks pretty good.
Because we have 8 unblockable. And then they can gain like at most 1 life this turn because we can just shrink their guy that's attacking by 1 to prevent them from gaining it. Or we could just like pump our guy by 2. Either way, it's probably correct to just let them attack and gain 2 and then pump our guy by 2.
Because it negates it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I like that a lot.
So this should be in the bag. Yeah,
I
yeah.
concede.
I would concede 2 in that spot.
Just run it back.
Maybe this is a spot where we want Soren.
In the mirror, sure.
This is not a mirror, but
Maybe Caustic Bronco. Or is that the opposite of Soren?
that's the opposite of Soren.
Corpse Dance.
I think we just want like this Soren. And then we probably cut something.
Spiral.
Yeah, probably. It's probably just too slow.
Yeah, we're just trying to slow him down. And everything needs to interact or put bodies on the board. That's how we won that game.
This is fine.
This is a hard cast grief, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. We're definitely not like griefing.
This is an Xander's Lounge turn 3, which is crazy. Like turn 1 Dark Slave, turn 2 Land Island, turn 3 Xander's Lounge. Oh, we could do it now. We could grief them.
Could double grief them, yeah. I'd kind of like them to buy Luris first, though.
That's fair. And you could just hardcast grief, trade off in combat, and animate it then without pitching a card. So this is smart.
I mean, if they go turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic, grab Jite, I'm probably griefing them to take Jite.
Mm-hmm. You should let your friend riff. He's funny. Don't shut his humor down.
Is he talking about me or you?
I don't know.
'Cause I'm not funny. Objectively speaking, I'm not funny.
No, I think Alex is like dry, very sensible humor. I'm like off the walls, kind of crazy. But that's the point of being a goblin. I appreciate you though. Either way, whoever he was talking about, I appreciate you.
All right, they killed our Cecil, which is unfortunate. Or rather, we sacrificed our Cecil, I should say. That's more accurate. We might be cycling the Xander's Lounge at some point during this game.
Yeah, we drew enough lands. I could see that. You could also animate Dead Cecil. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
That sounds really bad.
This card needs to die.
Yeah, we don't have a way to do that, though. My Diamond. We'll cast that. This is just turn 3 grief now.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
It's pretty good.
Play the swamp by exiling a black card from our hand. Tap that for a green.
Damn.
Okay, so all they have left is
An unplayable
library.
Yeah.
So that means Luris is coming soon. So that means we'd like to try and trade this grief off as soon as possible.
I think we can start getting aggressive with the grief.
That's the plan. If they refuse to be aggressive here.
And it's got Menace, which is pseudo
The
vision.
Luris doesn't even really matter right now either.
Yeah.
Oh, they drew a Voice of Victory? I guess.
That's pretty good, but
It's fine. We just kill that with the Strix and then we're good.
yeah, it makes sense.
That's what the Strix does here.
Strix.
But they didn't buy Luris because they have no cards in hand. Or we could just push
I think push on the
this guy.
Definitely. That feels great.
Then the question is, do we just animate dead that? No, probably not. That's dumb. Let's go Thundering Falls first, though. We want to look at the top card, see what it is. If it's Archon, we're just bidding that. That can.
I like that.
That could just stay on top.
Bunch more looks at an Archon.
Yeah, and then we have to push this now because otherwise the 2 tokens they make
counters.
Also, we can't cast it on their turn anyway.
Yeah.
So our worst draw in our deck is Stern Scolding at this point.
And honestly, this is fine because we 1000% trade off with this Voice of Victory.
Yeah. And then on the end step, we'll cycle to Xander's Lounge.
It's really good. Crack the clue.
Yeah, we just dismiss that. Dark Confidant. That's pretty good for them. This is the kind of deck that you want to play Dark Confidant in, and in no other deck.
Yeah, with Luris and stuff.
We're absolutely going to trade this away. Okay. We go. Okay, and then we go boom, boom. We take 1 from this interaction and lose Baleful Strix. That's fine, though. We don't mind that.
We can even animate it.
That's the dumbest thing you've said in the past half hour. Why would we animate the Baleful Strix? That's
to draw a card. But you're right. It does stone cold nothing, and it's funny as fuck. Triple blue, draw a card. We knew it was Thought Scour. Now we have the opportunity to win the game. So close. Win the game.
okay. I mean, we didn't put the Arcana in the bin, but we drew the Shieldred, which is kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Very
now we get frisky with Grief.
They're like, oh, you can't race this.
Yeah, no, they can't raise Shieldred right now.
Especially because does Dark Confident put it in the hand or does it draw?
Oh, that's right. They have Caracas out, though.
Oof. I forgot about the Caracas.
It's fine. The Shieldred does nothing then.
But they might die to their own Dark Confidant.
No, not likely.
The CMC is 2 or less. That's tough. Because their whole deck is CMC 2 or less.
Well, they can have... It just has to be permanents that are mana value 2 or less.
Oh, sure.
Ooh, baby.
That's pretty rough. What were the 2 cards we binned off the Thought Scour?
Vamp Tutor Sorin.
Not the greatest.
No.
Do they kill the Grief? Yeah.
It's fine. Oh, let's go. Cast this.
Pitch the Animate Dead?
No. Shieldred.
But they have Krakus.
That's my point. They have Krakus.
Yeah. Oh, you're not trying to reanimate it. You're just literally just casting it. Okay. I can see that. That makes sense. It's a tough concession, but you have to make it. GT should be played in Modern because it's so bad.
Shut up. Now they buy the Luris.
Ooh, chat has a great point. How do you not animate Strix now?
Absolutely not. Why would I do that? Why would I have an 0-1?
It could draw you the Archon.
I could. That'd be worst case scenario. Oh. They did the thing, though. They did the thing I wanted them to do, which is buy Luris but not cast it.
Okay.
Because now we get to go
Shark,
yeah. To animate dead target Grief. Make a 2/2.
Does this Shark single-handedly beat GT?
No, absolutely not. We still lose to GT. But what we do get to do with it is buy us a little bit more time.
Oh. Yeah, don't worry. That's literally the same thought process I had. And Alex was like, hey, no power. He said the same thing to me, so don't even worry about it. It's intuitive, though. It's 2 mana, draw a card. The animate dead doesn't.
No, I was banking on this line of play.
Yeah. You're very patient. Very patient.
That's why I was talking about trading off the grief earlier. All right, so all they have is this Jite and this Thraben Inspector. So they can make it to be a
5, 6.
Too big. Too big. So it's whenever it deals combat damage, period. Yeah, that's right. So we're just in a bad spot anyway. So we're just not going to block.
And we got a chump block next turn.
It depends. If they're just using all the counters now, then we don't have to chump block next turn. We can just kill it in combat.
Yeah. So they just gained a bunch of life?
No, they dealt us a bunch of damage.
Oh, they did pump it twice.
Yeah, they were just supposed to hang on to it.
I agree. I would have banked it, gone to fork charge counters. It's very strong.
Because now we can throw everything in front of it and kill it. And we don't lose everything either from this line.
Chat says, Jite's broken, but you just need to know how to play it right. I agree. It's one of those cards where it's like, it definitely shows the skill. How well do you understand combat math and stuff?
See how well they understand combat math here. I mean, if they have a removal spell here, we get blown out of the water, but I don't think that changes anything anyway. And if they get another creature, we also get blown out of the water, but like, whatever, we get to keep something around from this.
Yeah, if they use it offensively to shrink our dudes to try to take away power, I don't think it works. Don't do it. No.
All right. I still don't get both creatures this way.
Yeah.
I think they take the Sea Shark, leave around the grief.
Yep.
That's what I do, at least.
Same. Makes sense.
Suck that they drew a removal spell. Oh, they get both? That's right, they get both now. It's like...
Infinite?
We do want to play that, though.
So when is the Sea Shark coming back? Or not the Sea Shark.
Nothing. Nothing is coming back. They took the token.
Oh, it was a token. That's what.
Yeah, but if we draw Archon here,
we just cast it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I played the Mox.
This is strong.
We can come back from this, but we're pretty far behind.
Top deck another. Kaido's really good here.
Kaido doesn't do anything here.
No?
No.
It doesn't draw a card, just surveils. That's right. You could -2.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they can just go. Yeah, we tap the Pride, put 2 stun counters on it.
Now the Jite can gain them life, but that's like not damage we're taking.
So yeah, we go to 1 here. I mean, we just lose to Jite, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like we had a chance to beat it, and the chances passed.
This is a really close match. Game 1 was kind of a slog. Game 2, we did our thing. Game 3, we went back and forth for a while. They just drew removal when they needed it.
But on the plus side, they've given us one chance to come back here. Stock up.
That's it.
I don't know if that's actually it. We're going to attack first, and we're going to do Kaido's ability. That actually might be it. Hold on.
Fallen Shinobi.
Just thinking, how do I sequence this properly?
You're good.
Do I just sack Kaido here?
No, because each of their creatures kills us.
Yeah, I know, but like...
We kind of need to like draw another thing. Do we stock up first? I guess if they're both good, perfect. This is why we did it. Now we draw something awesome.
No, we don't.
Now we stock up into something awesome. Okay. We did get 3 lands out of our hand with that.
Okay, we get another turn.
This is kind of crazy.
As long as I didn't draw anything interesting. Oh boy. They did. As long as I drew 2 lands here. Shadow Spear. Okay, that's functionally a land for this scenario. You need to draw like Archon. Exactly.
Equip.
Or a removal of some sort. That's a land.
Close game. Really close.
All right, one more.
One more. Take a deep breath.
Like I said, 1, 2.
Now we crush the combo opponent with our awesome shield reanimate line, and they have no interaction. Both those decks are pretty removal heavy. Game 1 was blue-red with a bunch of red burn, and a bunch of removal spells, and then game 2 was white. It was Abzan, white, black, green, with the green splash just being for that 1/2 drop in Gaia's Crate. So pretty efficient low to the ground deck so far. Let's beat up on some combo players. VV as the emoji, hell yeah. We have the Archon.
I can make this work.
Yeah.
Pitch starting town to Mox Diamond.
I like this a lot. Hey, what's up, Nito? Appreciate you dropping in, bro. So this is actually Vintage Cube. We're doing limited on Sundays now, and today we're doing limited with my buddy Alex. Vintage Cube draft.
It's pretty close to standard. You know, Mox Diamond is my favorite standard card.
Cecil's just so good.
He's standard legal.
Exactly. Now he's in Legacy. They are Vintage Cube.
It's probably here to stay too. It's just a really good one drop.
Does so many things. Zoomed in, heard you say Mox Diamond, and got really confused. It's totally fair. Yeah, it's a
Deep Cavern Bat. They take our Archon of Cruelty that we don't care about right now.
yeah.
Sick. They'll see our hand as dog shit.
That's fine. We're gonna draw like.
Well, we draw True Name this turn.
See, we're gonna draw gas. We're just gonna top deck insane stuff. And then they just go, fuck. So this is Mardu.
Where are you getting Mardu from this?
What's the Mardu land?
That's the Jund land.
Okay, so it's Jund.
It's at least black plus either red or green.
Cube drafts are always good. Hell yeah. I totally agree. I feel like when you're able to have a stipulation, it just makes Magic more fun. That's why I love playing goblins in all the formats. You pick something, you get a certain set of cards to work with, and then you play it against the gauntlet.
Is your stipulation picking the worst deck in each format? Oh, Breeding Pool. Hold on.
Okay, so this is
at least
Mardu.
Sultai. At least Sultai.
I was so close with Mardu.
Pest Infestation for 1. All right.
I've been super impressed by that card.
That card is very good. That's why you've been impressed by it.
Yeah.
Because it's good.
I think we raced pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, no. We race incredibly well here. It's like not even funny how well we race here.
They get to like fog 1 attack. They don't block. Okay.
No, I don't think they're supposed to block here.
Like their 1 lifelink really does not impact us at all.
No.
Junk is never a bad deck. Hell yeah. I agree. But having a pile of whatever the hell you want to do.
Is he talking about Abzan or is he talking about just jank?
I love junk. Like I think that like the old archetype names like American, junk, bug, rug.
God, it was called American. That sucks so bad. That's so bad.
It was a different time. And then bug and rug because it was just BUG.
I mean, those ones made sense. God, junk sucks so bad too.
Junk.
What are you paying costs for, opponent?
Yeah, junk was a good time to play. Nito, did you play back then? I hate to be disrespectful. I want to know if you were playing back then. I'm sure you were.
Pre-cons, yeah.
Because early Magic is so fun. Talking about the invasion, junk. Yeah, that's awesome. So the invasion junk, yeah. Did you play back then when they like had the original names for them? And if you do you remember what they are? Because I only know those couple. Overlord's really good.
Yes, I would love to pick up a Baleful Strix.
Because I really wish I was playing like Magic way back when. Because I remember when Tarkir came out and they came out with the actual names for them, and I was like, oh. It was funny to see, like, because that's like one of the things that definitely shows like how long you've been playing if you remember the original names of like those wedges before they had quote unquote names. Or I should say modern names. I guess there is the old school names.
Oh, good draw. Jack, we drew Fallen Shinobi.
Oh, hell yeah. Junk, RDW. Always,
Red deck wins.
Always existed. Save Kavu. Hell yeah. See, these are some names that like I almost didn't recognize Red Deck Wins as an acronym.
It's a little bit embarrassing for you.
I know. I'm the red guy. And Save Kavu sounds super cool. That's a little like piece of history. Thank you, because there's some people who have never heard that before, and like myself. Like, what's the story behind Save Kabu? I'm curious.
I think this says save Kabu.
Save Kabu. Save Kabu is literally just any deck that's protected against Kabu. That's pretty awesome.
Well, let's see what they do here. Now, we're definitely attacking him with this, and then I'm thinking about just full sending at him and seeing what happens.
Can they kill us with the main skin and boost sack next turn if they attack?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, let's just do it like this. Let's play it safer. Because there's like, if they didn't block both of these, but I think they are blocking both of those. So let's see what we get off of this.
Emrakul.
Sig.
Sig River Cutthroat.
Better not. I'll be mad. Metamorphosis Fanatic and Commercial District. Okay. So we get a 4/4 lifelinker.
It's pretty good.
Oh, and a land. We can play both. Yeah, we get the land too. I was supposed to play the land first. That was dumb.
No, you're good. There's like
I'm gonna feel bad if it's Archon exactly, and then not feel bad at all if it's not, or Archon or Shieldred.
Maybe.
That's Mox.
Get it out of here.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's just like such low impact right now. We're trying.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter.
Close the game. Okay. There always seems to be a dies versus Kavu check in any meta. That's a really good point. Like if you think about it, like at any point in any like game state, it's like, okay, well, does this die to the best removal spell? And if you're looking at it like with Flame Slash or Flame Tongue Kavu, you're like, does this die to 4 damage? Half the time it does. Half the time it doesn't.
Talking about. Okay, I didn't figure it out until this very moment.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Flame Tongue Kavu was so important back in the day.
FTK, baby.
I really wish I played more back then.
Why am I playing with this tack? I have no idea. It's like not smart. They're also in a spot where they can't really attack either, which is kind of interesting. Okay. So they like what? Get rid of the Fallen Shinobi?
They threw it at us?
They're throwing it at something.
They draw cards?
Yeah. I mean, they have to throw it at a creature, though.
Oh, sure.
Otherwise, they're just in trouble. Oh, that's right. The Archon is under the bat. I forgot about that.
Ooh, but we can get it back and then Baleful Mastery discard it.
Baleful Mastery doesn't discard a card. I don't know why you keep thinking it does.
Well,
all right.
That's crazy.
Do you not know what this card does?
I always forget what it does. Like what the alternative is. You either make them draw a card or pay 2. Okay. Those are not downsides half the time. Especially if you have Shieldred, you can make them draw a card. You can kill them.
You're getting there. Oh, we're probably, hold on. We're probably supposed to.
You can still do stuff if you do it fast.
Probably supposed to board in Hex Mage
Time
in this
spiral.
matchup. Alright, that's fine. We'll just play it as is this time. Oh, we can do brainstorm stuff this game.
Hell yeah.
Keep this. This is like a much slower hand, but
that's a good one. If only we had a creature. I think it's worth it.
It's fine. We can just get a creature later. We have so many threats that are just like unblockable on card. So
Fair.
Dark Confidant, absolutely. You have 4 drops in your deck, sir. Well, let's go brainstorm. All right.
Thought score.
Yeah, I agree. No, I don't agree. What am I doing? Then we'll go Bloodstained Mire here.
Surveilland.
Surveil land. Mm-hmm.
I like this.
The next turn it'll be Starting Town. Vamp Tutor's good to keep on top. That can just help us out in a jiffy. And then we go True Name Nemesis into Fallen Shinobi again.
I like this.
They revealed Urborg with Dark Confidant.
It's good for our black sources.
Yeah, it's completely fine. And we get to tap Starting Town for colorless.
Hell yeah.
He didn't attack with Dark Confidant. Not really sure why.
You put the Fear of God in him.
Yeah, I don't know why I put the Fear of God in him.
So you can Vampiric Tutor an Archon to the top and then animate dead it.
Yeah, we can do that at any time, though.
Yeah.
Let's do the Fallen Shinobi thing first. See if we hit Minx and Boo.
That's fair.
The Seiju to the top, or to hand 2 lands so far for him. 2 like good utility lands as well. Well, Urborg's not a utility land, but just a good land.
Yeah, I mean it fixes their mana pretty well.
Also means we don't have to pay life for black with Starting Town.
Super nice.
There's Minx and Boo.
Mm.
It's fine.
Choosing not to attack is interesting. Ooh, Bone Shards is great.
Yeah, so let me do some quick thinking here. So we play this island. We go Vamp Tutor, put Archon on top. Thought Scour, then draw Archon, Bone Shards it to the graveyard. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go at black. Vamp Tutor. Archon of Cruelty. Thought Scour, target you. At blue. Then Bone Shards. Cast. Kill Minx and Boo. Discard Archon.
This is good.
Then we'll just
Pass.
hold True Name Nemesis here to hold back the Dark Confidant.
Yeah.
This line ended up being better than the other line we had.
It's pretty good. Because now we can both Collective Brutality, the Confidant, and animate dead the True Name, and then kill the hamster.
Vamp Tutoring here.
Hold Bob.
So what are they getting? Shadow Spear.
Oh, I think he means to keep him from attacking, but I see what you're saying, Nito. He's not really going to attack with the.
Oh, he had Duress.
Oh.
And took the animate dead. That's rough. All right, back to the Shinobi plan then.
Good old Shinobi. Oh, now it has lifelink as well. Come on, Shinobi. You are the one, the chosen one. You were meant to destroy the Sith, not join them.
Don't fucking quote this movie. All right, let's see here.
The prophecy.
All right, maybe we get something good here. Entomb.
No.
It's fine, actually. Cast Entomb. Put Mox Diamond in the bin.
Yes.
Because it's our worst draw in the deck.
Get it out of here. And if we haven't played a land, which I think we have.
Yeah, we have.
Damn it. Animate does our only Entomb target, or our only reanimate target, right?
Yeah, it's our only reanimate spell.
Spell, yes. Yes, Dark Confidence nickname is Bob. You're 1,000% right.
Did you not remember that?
Well, no. He said hold Bob, and I was confused, and that was the clarification. And Bob is I forget his full name. Then he won the world championship and made the card. So cool. There's so much lore to Magic, and that's why one of the reasons why I love it. We're a bunch of nerds writing our own legends.
It's rather romantic of you to say.
Damn it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just cast that in response to make a bunch of blockers for Fallen Shinobi. Now we just get another hit for free.
Might have been F6.
Might have been, but that's a really bad choice when you have both Brain Surge and Occult Epiphany in hand.
Sure. That's fair.
I mean, you can Brain Surge here and just put like 2 worthless cards back on top.
Did he have lands in his hand?
No. Maybe 1. All right, we'll see what he gives us. Two lands.
Oof.
He had Boseiju in hand, that's right. We'll play Creeping Tar Pit.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So we take 4 this turn.
They're able to gain some life, but I feel like we can still get there if we draw a removal spell. Do we have a couple left? We've used the bone shards, right?
Yeah, we've used the bone shards.
But the exile spell is still in the deck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have outs.
Sure, man. Deep Cavern Bat, you got it.
Deepen Caverning it up.
It's a pretty good blocker for Fallen Shinobi. Recurring Nightmare, you say?
Oh, no.
It's completely fine on this board state, actually. It's like not even a thing I'm worried about. They put like a 4/4 with lifelink into play. That returns the bat. Cool.
This is nasty.
token that's the real issue. Everything else is negligible. Cool.
Again.
No, this could be fine potentially. It's not great, but it could be fine. We don't die here because we trade the Fallen Shinobi with Boo, and then we trade the Creeping Tar Pit with Metamorphosis Fanatic.
Sure.
Then we take 2. Go to 2. Oh, that's right. I forgot they had Fallen Shinobi. So yeah, we're just dead then.
GG's opponent. Wow. That was real close. Is Carnage Interpreter decent?
Not here, but that's something I want. Keep.
Don't even get me into the reason behind Nick Fit. I don't know that story. I would love to hear you go off. Turn 2 Sea Shark is pretty good. He sells seashells by the Sea Shark.
What? The fuck are you talking about?
We're making up nursery rhymes all the time.
Why? I don't know if I want to play a turn 2 Sea Shark here. I mean, I probably should. That's probably correct.
Okay.
It's fine. Whatever they entomb is fine. Bristlebrand, okay.
Okay, buddy. We got this bill for mastery and you'll be fine. Yeah.
Yuck.
Probably take the Dothy.
No, they take the Baleful Mastery.
This makes sense. Nick Fit was named because it would be wonderful before the other. It would be wonderful before the other player could have a smoke break.
I don't get it.
That's so funny.
It'd be a while, maybe?
Like you would have a Nick Fit, like a nicotine fit.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
That's really funny. The player won before the other player could have a smoke break. That's so good. You're right. It was 1. That's insane. I guess, a lot of Magic players do smoke cigarettes. You need your nicotine fix, I guess. 1000%. I remember smoking my last cigarette, and I'm very happy to be sober from nicotine for 7 years.
Nice.
Yeah. 18, 25 now. God, I'm 26. Never mind. That's 8 years. I can't do math.
You're younger than me?
February 15th, 1999.
The fuck? You're 2 years younger than me? About? Ew, I didn't know that.
We're all kids.
Oh, he played Recurring Nightmares as reanimation spell of choice, so we get the Baleful Mastery back. So he gets 1 turn with Gristlebrand.
He can draw 14 cards.
That's fine. That's fine, baby. That's show business.
Man, bow shards would be so good off the top. Because then we get a Grizzlebrand.
What?
If you have a bone shards on top, it doesn't exile it.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I just didn't hear what you said. I heard bow shards, and I was like, what the fuck?
You're like, Jack, speak up. You're mumbling.
No. This is great, because he discards 5 cards into Dothy as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I want to put that there. Thank you. Yeah, Gristlebrand is just not great into Dothy Voidwalker specifically.
This makes sense. Pitch all your super expensive cards, please.
Pitch all your lands, maybe.
That makes sense.
It's like garbage you can't use.
You're pretty young. In the grand size, I am too, but in MTG metas, it's pretty pronounced. No, it's totally fair. What was I gonna say?
Back in my day.
Well, no, I
How are you 2 years younger? What the hell? I'm thinking you're older than me the whole time. Just no, you're a baby. All right, so they put Ren in 6, Terra Sunder, Recurring Nightmare, Zeatorus, Proving Run, and Creeping Tar Pit into exile.
Yeah, Nito, just for like meta context, what was the first like set that you played when it came out? Like, what was the first pre-release, or what was the first set that you watched be spoiled and then come out? Just out of curiosity. I think I've asked you this before, but for me and Alex.
Hell yeah, we get to incubate 0.
That's pretty cool.
It's Annihilator fodder.
Oh,
Right.
you were playing back in Urza Saga? That seems like one of the best standards of all time. Like, you get to play with all the cool cards, even if they were busted and broken. Like, I'm sure it was so much fun. Right?
I do just want to surveil. I'll just give them the card. It's fine.
Like, you literally watched Magic get broken on purpose / accident. And then, like, I'm sure, like, going from there and then watching everything else, like, you know, then
Going from there to Kamigawa.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Kamigawa wasn't next. Kamigawa was after Mirrodin, not Urza Saga.
Yeah, but like there's those ebbs and flows, right? Like, and watching like the power levels go up and then down must have been so cool coming from back then. And then I'm curious how you feel about the power level of current Magic compared to back then.
Is Oko your favorite card from the last 6 years? YN.
I remember when Cole played Oko in Modern and I was playing Goblins. It was very bad.
Yeah, no, Goblins was dead.
Very, very, very dead. Definitely saw things go around. The ban lists back then were wild. Yeah, I'm sure. Like,
oh, I can just F6 through this, and there's not a thing I can do right now.
those are like the times that make it people like be scared of bans, right? They're like, oh, don't ban the entire format.
Cringe.
Whereas back then, right, like you needed those level of bans because of how busted everything was. Like, you can't have like I don't even know half the cards that were banned back then, but if I had to like guess, it's like Tolarian Academy, like.
All right, Jack. Let's play a game. Let's play a game.
Yeah.
The year is 1999.
Okay.
Jack Strepic was just born.
Woohoo!
What card did they emergency ban out of the standard
You did
format?
it. You went 1-2.
What was the first card ever emergency banned in Magic the Gathering? Chat, don't answer.
I would say it's the one with the broken time thing. It's Memory Jar.
It is Memory Jar.
Woo,
that was the first emergency ban in Magic the Gathering.
I knew that one because I remember hearing people talk about how insanely busted that card was to play with. Goblins were nuts back then because they could matron out a recruiter or whatever it was. That's awesome. Yeah, I really wish I could play back when Lackey was in Standard and Matron was in standard. Like Onslaught, like block had like
Sure.
all of the powerful goblins, like memory jar loops.
What time?
That does seem kind of insane. But yeah,
Oh, it's almost midnight.
yeah, this was a great time. I love doing limited with my buddy Alex. And thank you all so much for watching. Alex, do you have any parting words for the people?
No, I have no parting words.
Well, in that case, I'm just gonna read off the members, and we're gonna head out of there. From the top, Alpha Ronan, Tim's Top Decks, Elias Sutter, the Darth Newt,
That's me, by the way.
ADDY100K, Jared Munsterman, Annan, Riberio, Cypher777, The High Wumpus, AJR, B Rhyme, Gorvisker, Sliver of Nope, Scott McIntosh, Javier Hugo, Bailaroth, Yorminger, Territh, and Needle Burrito, you in chat, Trucker Philosophy, all those legends. Thank you so much for
Texas
watching.
is subscribed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sick. I didn't know that.
And thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy Goblin's content, if you enjoy listening to Ramble, hit like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more support the channel, you know what to do. Till next time, I hope you have a beautiful night.